order, globalism. Where did it all come from? And for instance, the European Union didn't just appear out of nowhere.
Here's your copy, sir.
Thank you. Right, and you can burn these for free.
Yeah,
we got it. We will get to that. Don't worry.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna.
And bottom line is, it took decades to plan the European Union. It didn't just occur in NAFTA. It didn't just occur overnight, and nor did the people want it or ask for it. Right, Bill? It occurred behind the scenes.
Right. It was engineered, and then they had to work the people into it.
So you've got to look at the Bilderberg Group, Council on Foreign Relations, and Trilateral Commission. Okay, caller, go ahead.
Go ahead, caller. Hello, caller. Hello, caller.
You kept telling us we had calls.
Well, I heard another one just now, too.
So,
and just go ahead.
Go ahead, caller.
Bring it on. Hello. Hello, caller.
Yes, hello.
Oh, there you go. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was wondering if you guys have read any Howard Zinn books.
Like The People's History of the United States?
Yes, and
that's one of the best books you could read.
Right, and the one about the American Empire that he also wrote. Anyway,
yeah, that's Power.
He seems to subscribe. I agree with almost everything he says.
Well, he's telling the history from the point of view of the people who generally lost.
Right.
History's written by the winners.
The blacks, all that stuff. But he seems to subscribe to the box cutter theory. But he did say it's because of American... I think it was all inside job, totally, myself.
Yeah, I think the box cutter thing has been totally discredited. The only place box cutters were mentioned were on Barbara Olson's supposed phone calls, and the FBI now says that didn't even happen. So the whole thing's...
Well, remember, this summer before 9/11, pilots could have guns on airplanes, and they removed that privilege the summer before 9/11.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because that would have solved the problem if a pilot had a handgun.
Of course, what is that operation...
Anyway, I was just gonna say that I think Howard Zinn is subscribing to that on purpose because he's probably worried that a lot of people would discredit everything else he says. What do you think about that?
I don't know. I don't think most of what he says in his book is... I don't think anybody could discredit what he's saying. But I think that he was just a little bit afraid of 9/11, and I don't know why a lot of good people are.
He also said war's a
Amy
racket.
Goodman, for instance, she won't talk about 9/11.
Once again, it's hard to get a job in media, and you probably will end up losing your job. A really good example is Rosie O'Donnell was on The View, and she started talking about 9/11. She was gone within a couple of weeks, and whether you agree with her on stuff or not.
That program, Tipping Point?
Tipping Point. I've heard...
Tipping Point with Rosie O'Donnell and this other gentleman.
No, she was on The View. And the week that she had on William Rodriguez, the janitor for Building 1, they canceled him as a guest. And he said there were bombs in the building.
Yeah.
And they fired her and they canceled his, telecast. So
anyway, good show.
Thank you so much.
We've got another caller. Hello, caller.
Hi there. It's Jan.
Oh,
and
hi,
I
Jan.
haven't called you in a
I haven't
long
heard from
time,
you.
but I've been watching both of you. Don't get paranoid. I wanted to echo what Mike was saying about a partial emission, and here's my theory on what I've gathered. And what that woman with the boyfriend with the pamphlets really hammered it home. I think the Twin Towers were the smokescreen to take down Building 7, and what I try and hammer home to people is the Security and Exchange Commission was in there.
Right.
And look what's happening now.
All the Enron
all the records.
And so it's like that was preparation for what we're living in right now. Like you said, it doesn't happen overnight.
How convenient.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So, good show.
Hey, well, thanks for calling,
Jan.
Thank you.
I've been missing your call. Okay, anyway, next caller. We have one more already.
Sure.
Hi, my name's Alex. I'm a fan of both of you guys. You guys are both great. I love what you're doing. If you just let me just get like 1 minute, I just wanted to make a quick comment.
Go for it.
I realize that, there's plenty of reasons, for them to, for 9/11 to have been perpetrated by the, finance oligarchs and whatnot. But it really, the root of it is totally anyone who looks at it and says, oh, why would they have done this? The root of it, all you have to do is, people say follow the money. All you have to do is look at who was betting against the airlines before September 11th.
Yeah,
and who made.
They stopped the investigation when it got to the financial institution headed by Buzzy Krongard.
Yep. And literally people were betting billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars against the dollar and against the airline industry and against a bunch of other stuff, and they made just total bundles of money, more money than anyone can even imagine.
That's right.
Just on 9/11.
But
just on 9/11.
Just like tracing down the anthrax, when they got to the government source, they stopped the investigation. You never heard another word.
Well, Mike Rupert jumped on that about 2 months after 9/11. He was the first guy in with an internet video, and he talked to
Rubicon, right?
Well, it was some video, and he came to Portland actually to a college and filmed it that fall, and he was getting right on the stocks, follow the stocks and follow the money.
And they did for a while and found out it was
it's not hard. I mean, if you look at the history of it, even before 9/11 and before all the other false flag attacks that they did, if you look at World War I, why do we go into World War I? Well, I don't know. J.D. Rockefeller made $400 billion in today's money just off of World War I, and all these the people who are saying the Nazis are bad. Well, who funded the Nazis? Who funded Mao? Who funded Lenin?
Bush's grandfather funded the Nazis.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, look at all of them. It's ridiculous. If you look at it, it's crazy to not understand how all of them are either related or they're buddies or they're married into other people's families and they all kind of do stuff for each other. Everything falls in line. There's a big pecking order, and there's probably 1,000 people that really are in the position to totally control this country. And it's not hard to understand when you look at the people who back in the day were saying, if you control a money supply of a country, you're going to control that country. And so when you borrow or lend money to powerful people, then you have their power. That's what happened. They just lent money to powerful people back in the day, and they borrowed their power.
We got one.
Thank you, caller. Thank you, caller. We got to get going.
No problem. I love you guys.
Thanks a lot, man. Call back again 15th. One more call. You got 1 minute. Last caller. Hello.
I just want to mention to people, just burn Invisible Empire. Just watch it, burn it, and show it to people, and Loose Change. Those two DVDs are free. You can go to YouTube.
On YouTube. And
just go get them, watch them, burn them, share them with people.
I think what I'm going to do, Invisible
Empire.
Or not, I've already got Invisible Empire going, but the, what's this one? Secret Government. This is one... I'm not sure if I have permission. How do I get permission to show?
You have to find out if there's a copyright on it, and that's old, right? That's from the 80s.
This is 1987. Bill Moyers, The Secret Government. Go look at it on YouTube, at least, folks. I'll try to get it on the cable for those who don't have any internet. But in the meantime,
But Loose Change has no copyright. You can just burn it.
Okay.
And
I might
Invisible
show a copy of
Empire.
Loose Change,
Yeah.
too. I'm going to put Richard Gage on too. So keep watching.
All right. Thanks a lot for coming. See you next time.